Are Western powers really in decline? A closer look. In the eyes of many around the world, it might seem that Western powers are on the wane. However, this is largely a misperception, and a significant part of the reason lies in the remarkable development of China. Let's take a look at some facts. In the medal standings of the 2024 Paris Olympics, among the top 10 countries, apart from China, the rest are still dominated by Western powers. In the list of the top 10 countries in terms of global GDP in 2023, apart from the rising star China, most of the others were members of the Eight-Nation Alliance in history. This shows that in terms of economic strength and global influence, Western powers still hold substantial sway. Back in 1879, the Zulu people in South Africa could still wipe out British colonizers with wooden short spears, bows and arrows, and javelins, relying on their large numbers and surprise attacks. But today, in an era of highly developed informatization and mechanization, every move of the people in African countries is under the surveillance of the satellites of Western powers. Western powers no longer need to fly planes over their targets to drop bombs. They can launch precise missile attacks from hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. In the past, African countries still had a chance to engage in hand-to-hand combat with the powers and win. But now, even with a large population, they can only face the fate of being unilaterally massacred when confronted with these powers. Moreover, while some are still complaining about the lack of high-tech elements in Chinese industrial products, many African countries can't even produce a bag of instant noodles. This means that with just a small economic sanction, Western powers can push African countries back to the Stone Age without oil and electricity, forcing them to pick up stones and spears again. In the eyes of African countries, Western powers are like gods in the new era. Take Iran, a major developing country, for example. It is still using aircraft that were phased out by the United States last century. Once a war breaks out, Iranian pilots may not even be aware of the approaching enemy missiles. India, which is considered to have the best chance of becoming the sixth permanent member of the UN Security Council, relies entirely on imports for its military equipment and can't even produce bullets independently. Without the intervention of China and Russia, if Western powers were to take action against these countries, they would be almost defenseless.